life, boldness is rewarded and hesitancy, holding back, cowardice is ignored. And if you watch this video for the next 5 minutes all the way to the end, you're not just going to learn something that's going to be an interesting tidbit of information. You're actually going to feel a shift inside of you that's going to awaken a desire to go out there and be more bold in the world. And I cannot wait for you to experience that shift, because I've seen this happen again and again and again, working with thousands of people in large settings, one-on-one groups over the years. And when they have that ignition of boldness inside of them, something in me lights up. This is why I keep doing this over all these years and will keep doing it, because I had that exact shift inside of me. Because you've probably heard before, like, hey, you got to get outside your comfort zone. You got to challenge the fear, not radically new information. But we don't, because it's uncomfortable, because it's scary, or we agree with it in theory. Yeah, she should go do that. Me do it? No, that sounds very unpleasant, right? And so we get this kind of I should be more bold. It's kind of like I should work out, I should eat my vegetables. And then we stay in that place for months or years. And you might know, I know it in my head, but nothing shifts. And something happened in me when I really got this. And I remember the exact moment. And I know the exact person that helped me get this. So I've been trying to build up confidence for a little while. At that point, I learned it's not just going to magically go away on its own, this social anxiety and fear, and I need to do something to shift it. So far, so good. But man, it was such an uphill battle, and I was so afraid what other people thought of me, and I had to get myself to do it. It's like forcing yourself to go to the gym versus being excited to go to the gym. And then I remember I was in Santa Barbara at the time, going to college there, and I went in the town of Goleta, and I went to this strip mall that had a Costco, a Borders, and Albertsons and stuff like that. And I was going to go there to do social practice, right? Because I was willing to start taking action. But man, I would dread going there. And then I'd sit in my car, like, oh, head on the steering wheel, like, oh, right? What a great pump up. And I remember I was listening to an audio to like give me some guidance and support. And it happened to be an interview with a guy named Sean Stevenson, who's an amazing individual. He's unfortunately deceased now, but just a beautiful, extraordinary human. And I highly recommend checking out his material. I've actually interviewed him for my podcast at shrinkfortheshyguy.com. But in it, he said, every time you do the thing when you're scared, you take the risk, you are collecting a coin of courage. You know, as you ever play those old Mario games where you're running around, you're collecting coins, that is how you collect the coins. And then if you do this, you'll become rich in confidence. And it was something about the framing of that just made sense to me. It's like, I like money. Okay, right? I'll collect the coins. I played a lot of Mario, right? So that's what I started to do. Okay, it's not about getting away from the bold actions. It's about accumulating the bold actions. And it was slow at first, but it started to get massive momentum. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Wait a minute. You can collect 2 coins in a day? What if you go out with the intention of collecting like 15 coins? What is the coin? It's just doing the thing that scares you, taking the action. And then I realized something absolutely extraordinary. This was a couple years later, and I got into an improv class because I heard that could help boost your confidence. So I joined. And what I learned from improvisation, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to get up here, I'm going to do this little skit. I don't know what to say next. I have to something's going to come to me and I'm going to say it, right? That's improv. And so I realized, oh, that's what you do in life. So before that, I would always think about, okay, there's those 2 women over there. I'm going to go talk to them. I could say this, I could say that. Okay, here we go. And then I realized I can just go walk over to those people without even knowing what to say. So I remember I left the improv class. I was living in the Bay Area at the time. It was in San Francisco, and it was a beautiful sunny day. And I walked across the street and there was this park and there's these 2 ladies sitting on a picnic blanket. And I just started to walk right towards them. And I literally had no idea, no premeditation, no plan, no pickup line, no nothing. And I remember walking and some part of me was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't know what to say. Another part of me was like, well, let's improv. Let's find out. And I don't even remember what I said. And it was a great little short conversation. I remember the moment. It was a sweet connection. And I walked along. I have a great day. And I walked on, right? But from that moment on, I realized I don't even know what to say. And that translated into conversations. That translated into everything in my life. So you can just walk into situations with this boldness and it turns out okay. And me telling you that's not going to do anything for you, but you seeing that in your own life is where the transformation is going to begin. And so then I became the kind of person who sought out boldness. So then within like a 6 to 12 month period, I moved to a new city and I got into a new group of people. They didn't know me and they were like, this guy's bold. We'd be at a restaurant and I'd go walk over to someone at a different table that we don't know and say basically anything to them. I'd go do karaoke even though I wasn't the greatest singer, right? And so people knew me there as like this really bold guy. And if they'd known me a year ago, they would have been so confused, like, who's this guy? So you can make that shift. You just have to ignite this hunger for boldness. And that's why I titled the video, It Will Reward You. And in the short term, you might fall on your face. You might have an awkward conversation. So what? In the big picture, your life's going to become extraordinary. And the only way to make it extraordinary is to access your boldness. And here's the best part, which is why I wanted you to watch the video all the way to the end. Boldness is not something bestowed upon certain people at birth because they're worthy. Boldness is an innate capacity. It's a muscle. It's a skill. It's a part of you that might just be underdeveloped. So let's develop that. Let's activate. Let's strengthen that. Now that sounds exciting to you. You're fired up. You're interested in this. Then let's go do it. Go put down in the comments below what bold action you're going to take. We don't just get fired up and be like, yeah, in your bedroom, and then you don't go do anything. Let's go practice this together and know that you're not alone. And if you want more support, go to my website, draziz.com, draziz.com. There's tons of ways. I'm leading virtual events. I have a Confidence University set of courses you can go through that has a monthly acceleration call with a coach on my team. I have a 12-month mastermind program where I'm in there in the trenches every week with people, helping them move the ball down the field and maximize their boldness. So whatever level of support you want, you can get it. There's also more free training resources on that site as well. So let's go turn this into your reality. Until we speak again, may have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're bold and you're awesome.